Hello and welcome back to Captain Cuz 6951. In this video we're going to start the first of 4 heavy cruisers that I am going to be putting on my diorama. This is the USS Pittsburgh and it is CA72. It is a trumpeter kit and it is at 1/700th scale. So with all of that being said, let's get on to this and see what's in the box. We'll be right back. Alright guys, first thing I want to say is because this is a new channel, I'm only allowed 15 minutes of video time. So with that being said, that's why my videos are so short. Until I get established with this new channel, I guess YouTube will not let me go that further. I am going to test them to see. Anyhow, with this kit, this is the Pittsburgh we're going to start on. I like the way everything comes all in plastic and stuff like that. Problem is, they could have done this, the complete hull, in one piece, but no, they have to give me a joint line to put on the rear half of the bow. I mean, of the hull. So, all right, no big deal there. And they could have done the same thing with the deck, because they did make the waterline part full size. Why couldn't they make the deck full size? Just to give you an extra joint line, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, you got all of these bags of sprues here, and what I do like about them is that they are marked. Like this one here is marked with an E, which is cool. I like that. Also like that they gave you a color chart. And of course the instructions. Now the instructions are not that bad if you just follow, because they kind of flow into one another. So we're going to start with this section down here. This is going to be one of the islands, and then we'll move on to both islands, and we'll see how all this is going to look together. So with all that being said, let me get some of these parts out, and we'll start building this thing. Stay tuned. Be right back. Alright guys, so far I've been showing you the easiest stuff. Now this piece is going to be hard. I have to build this piece right here. And one of the parts is really tiny, and I'm not going to be able to handle it, so I'm going to build it on the sprue. And this is the part I'm talking about right here. And I am going to put this on and hold it in place until it kind of holds there, and then I'll assemble the rest of it with these two pieces and then put it on top of this piece right here. Well, actually what I could do, let me think about this for a minute. Be right back. Alright guys, unfortunately I didn't record the part of how the part I was just telling you about. But anyhow, I did complete both superstructures, as you can see. This mast is not secured yet, just because I might have to add another little radar thing on top of there, and the same with that guy. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to start building everything that needs to be painted gray, or the color of the ship. And that's going to start with all of this stuff right in here, all the gun mounts. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll bring you back when I'm working on it. Alright guys, as you can see in front of you now is all my gun mounts, which are all of these guys in here, and there's two sprues of these guys and all of these guys here. I even painted the I guess the cranes for the lifeboats there and all that stuff. So while we're on the subject of painting, I'm gonna try something I had not tried. Again, I'm new to this hobby, and I know shit's supposed to have water lines, so I'm gonna attempt to do a waterline on this ship. Now, I wanted to try something, and if this was my model railroad channel, I would not hesitate to do this. But what I was going to do is going to use this and put him in his spot where he belongs. And actually, yeah, that's where it goes. And if I had the nerve to do it, I would sand down the little ridges on there to make it fit inside the hull, and glue that to this piece, and then put this whole deal up into the hull. Problem I'm having with that is I would have to fill this in with putty, and I just don't want to go through all that work. So what I'm going to try is this first and see if this works. I'm just going to use regular rattle can spray paint, black, flat black for that. Anyhow, let me go take care of that, and let's see how it looks. We'll be back in a few. Alright, boys and girls. Let's see what this waterline looks like. Here we go. I guess that's not too bad. Pull the other side off. I guess it's okay. I don't know. Like I said, I'm new to the shipbuilding stuff, so I don't know if it's good or if it's bad. Let's see, we'll put this guy on here. Let's see how that looks. Oops. I'm not putting any of this together until I get the deck stuff. Okay, so. That's how it will look. I guess it's okay. Alright, well, let's move on to the next part of this project, and that is assembling the guns. So stay tuned, and we'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, here comes the fun part. And I say fun sarcastically. We're going to put these little guys into those guys right there. Now, in my last video, you saw me dressing these guys up. So, what I did was I put a little bit of super glue. I think that's what this Tamiya stuff is right here. It's a little bit thicker and it kind of sets up a little bit quicker. So, what I'm going to do, believe it or not, is I'm going to put these guys in by hand. I just don't have enough control with the tweezers right now. So, take this guy here and we just dip him in the glue. And I'm going to stop in the middle and then work out. And you guys need to be straight. Come on now, be nice. Okay. These constantly are going to be moving one way or the other, so I'm going to have to keep on adjusting them. So, get the next one up. Now these are not too bad, but the secondary guns, the barrel's a bit small. I think I mentioned this earlier, but there is no way that I would be able to drill these out and put the photo etch kit on these barrels. They are just so small. Okay, you need to get up there, buddy. There's two. Like I said, they'll have to be adjusted as I go along. Every time I need something, I can never find it. Anyhow, you can see that this one kind of fell over. Alright. Now, let's see if we can get this last one in here. I've seen guys detail these, putting the gun blowout bags or whatever they call, backfire bags. Blast bags. Yeah. Alright guys, what you're looking at is the completed superstructures, except for the antennas and some small itty bitty pieces that gotta go on there after this gets painted. I'm going to paint the superstructures a light gray, as well as the hull of the ship is going to be light gray. The guns, on the other hand, may get painted in a darker color, and also the deck is going to be a wooden deck on this, so none of this is actually glued down, it's just sitting on there right now. But I did notice that the front little bit of the bow is going to get painted, and the same thing with the stern, a little bit has to get painted. Other than that, I think it looks pretty good. Just think, have 3 more of these to do. And then a whole bunch of other ones to do. Anyhow, I'm going to call this video good. This will be part 1 of this build. This is the USS Pittsburgh in 1/700 scale. Hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video, and as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. Duck Huz 6951 out.